What if Terrence Howard didn't step away from Hollywood because he was tired or out of roles, but because of what he refused to do behind the scenes? Lately, he's been dropping bombs, and the target seems to be none other than Diddy. Yeah, that Diddy. And now, the truth, Diddy. And now the truth is spilling out fast. Terrence said he got invited to what he thought was a business meeting with Diddy. Apparently, Diddy asked him to come through, said he needed help with acting, wanted him to be his coach. So Terrence shows up, ready to get to work. But instead of scripts or rehearsals, he finds Diddy just watching him, sitting around, no lines, no scenes, just vibes. Then he asked Terrence to play him some music. Still no structure. That's when his assistant pulled him aside and said, "You know he's trying to hang out with you for real, right?" Boom. That's when it clicked. Terrence realized the invite wasn't about acting at all. It was something else entirely. From that moment, the communication stopped. Terrence backed off, made it clear he wasn't going to play along. And according to him, that's when the industry started turning cold. He said producers began to act weird. Opportunities dried up. Suddenly, he wasn't easy to work with. But Terrence knew the truth. He had refused to cross a line. And that line might just be the same one that's now dragging Diddy into a full-blown media storm. Terrence didn't stop at his own story. He said he wasn't the only one. According to him, every man who stepped into one of Diddy's infamous parties had something happen. Something that wasn't just about drinks and music. These weren't your regular Hollywood get-togethers. Terrence said it straight. Guys lost their manhood at those events. And here's where things really get crazy. Word is 50 Cent got his hands on footage. Yeah, actual footage, allegedly filmed by Terrence himself, of one of Diddy's so-called freak-offs. And in that video, Young Miami might be caught doing something that'll blow this whole thing wide open. Terrence said this ain't industry gossip. This is real. This is dark. And people are finally starting to see what's been hiding behind the velvet ropes. Young Miami wasn't just Diddy's rumored girl. According to what's coming out, she might have played a bigger role, allegedly helping to manage or even run some of those wild parties. And when Diddy's other rumored side piece, Gina Hoyne, posted a photo of her and Diddy, Young Miami reportedly snapped. Leaked messages showed Miami throwing heat. "You've been crying for a baby for 15 years. Diddy gave you crumbs. You an eater." And the most shocking part? She allegedly said, "If I wanted you to eat me, Diddy would have had you on your knees, just to protect my integrity." That's not regular shade. That's next level. That's "I know exactly how this game works" energy. And it's got people wondering, how deep does all this really go? Terrence said he was done playing Hollywood's twisted game. He revealed that they kept pushing him to wear dresses on camera, roles that had nothing to do with the story. It wasn't about acting. It felt like a test, a setup, like they were trying to break him down slowly. He stood firm, said number. Just like Cat Williams did, just like Dave Chappelle warned about, refuse the dress, lose the role, protect your image, get ghosted, that pressure. According to Terrence, it's everywhere in Hollywood, but he wasn't willing to sell himself to stay in the room. Back in 2022, Terrence quietly walked away from acting. No scandals, no drama, just vanished. People were shocked. He was still getting big roles, still loved by fans. But behind the scenes, Terrence said they were testing him, seeing how far he'd been. And when he wouldn't fold, they slowly pushed him out. He said, "When you give up your manhood, I've never seen anyone recover from it." He wasn't about to trade his dignity for a paycheck. And when he refused to play the part, Hollywood showed him the door. Now that he's back in the spotlight, Terrence is talking, loudly. He said it plain. "My daddy taught me, never take the vertebrae out of your back or the base out of your throat. I ain't raised no sheep. I raised men." Then he added, "Being a man comes with a curse now. This society ain't built for real men anymore." He said Hollywood's pushing a new formula, one that strips black men of their masculinity while still letting white men be strong on screen. In his words, when it's a black man standing tall, suddenly it's a threat. He wasn't going to shrink himself to fit into someone else's story. "Maybe it's your story that needs to grow," he said. And now, with Diddy's name at the center of this whirlwind, fans are starting to connect the dots. What if this isn't just a beef or a bad rumor, but the beginning of a bigger truth? Terrence is hinting that he's still holding on to even more explosive receipts. And if that rumored video ever drops, the fallout could be massive. Careers, reputations, maybe even criminal investigations. 50 Cent tried to stay quiet at first. He posted, "No comment. I'm staying positive. God help us all." But now, he's teasing that something big is coming. And if what Terrence says is true, this isn't just a Hollywood scandal. It's a full-blown reckoning, one that's been years in the making, and it's not over yet.